Hello, this is cybersecurity expert Reginald Andre, and we are on day 27 of celebrating National Cybersecurity Month. And today we are talking about insurance. If you have a business and you have information, be it locally on your computer, on a server, on a cloud, you really should consider having cybersecurity insurance. Now, let me tell you, first of all, I'm not trying to sell you insurance. I am not an insurance agent. Today's live is strictly just talking about what type of questions you should be asking your insurance agent when you go and let them know, hey, I saw this video, I have a lot of important information, and I have errors and omissions insurance, I have workman's comp insurance, I have general liability insurance, but I just learned that I need to have cybersecurity insurance because if something happens to my data on my computers, if I get hacked, my current policies won't cover it, and I need to make sure that I have something in place. So that's the purpose of this video, is to provide you information that you should be asking your insurance carrier, your insurance agent, based on the experience I've seen so far in my business. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to ask them what type of incidents are going to be covered. Let me give you an example. We had a customer where I should say a potential customer. They reached out to us after the fact, and they had a scenario where they were emailing a partner, a vendor that they work with. And this vendor was essentially asking them to transfer some money, do a wire money. And the email looked very legit. The domain actually was one letter off on the email. That's how they were able to communicate with them. And this potential client sent about a $30,000 wire to this fraud person. Now, when they realized that it was fraud, they immediately called their bank, and their bank was like, yeah, that's a good story, but sorry, you're the one that did it. You initiated it. We have nothing to do with this. We are not reimbursing you. That's your problem. Maybe you can go to your insurance and you can maybe recover the money from there. So they went to the insurance company, and the insurance company says, you did the mistake. It's not like, one day you just logged into your Bank of America account and all of a sudden the money was missing. This is something you did. Your employees made the mistake, and I'm sorry, but your insurance policy does not cover it. And think about all that time they were paying insurance, but to realize that the insurance, the cybersecurity insurance did not cover that. So that's a question that you have to ask your provider. If there is a unintentional attack, unintentional mistake, what happens then? Do you have to pay for it, or will the insurance company pay for it? The next thing you want to ask them is about, or one of the next things you want to ask them about is, what is the deductibles? Just like a car, if you got in a car accident, you may have a $1,000 deductible. That means that the first $1,000 you have to cover, and then from there, the insurance company will kick in. Well, cybersecurity has the same thing. This is usually based on your risks. If you have a lot of information, and in the event that you did get attacked or you get hacked, that this would be a big coverage and big risk. You're going to want to make sure that you have cybersecurity insurance, and you may want to have a very low deductible so that you don't have to come out of pocket. But maybe you don't have that much information, because there are a lot of businesses that, although they're online, but if the information is not that pertinent, they don't have any personal identifiable information, and the risk is not as high. There are some businesses like that. Well, in that case, you may want to still consider cybersecurity insurance, but just have a higher deductible. So that way, if you did get attacked, you still had some type of coverage, but you would just have to come out of pocket. The next thing that you want to do is you want to ask, does the policy cover any attacks on your company, including unintentional victims or those that were targeted by you? So what that means is, let's just say you got hacked. Now, all of a sudden, your email went to one of your customers. And now, because of that, your customer got hacked. And it just continued. So because of an email, or because of of something careless on your side, you got your data got breached, and now the next client or the next person got breached. It just continues, and now they're coming after you. In addition to you looking bad because you just caused one of your clients or your vendors or somebody a lot of problems. Now they're wanting to come after you. Can you now go to your insurance company and says, hey, in addition to me getting hacked, my customer got hacked because of me. Can you cover them too? And from my understanding, there are some policies that cover that, but then a lot of times, unless you specify that or you pay extra to have that, they're not going to cover it. So you definitely want to find out about that. Another question to ask them is, what is the time frames of which you are covered? A perfect example on that is I actually asked my insurance carrier, if I got hacked, what do I do? What is my next step? And you know what she told me? She told me to call her or send her an email, and then she would put a claim in. And I was like, wait, so if it's a Friday at 6 p.m. and my business just got a ransomware attack, of course that'll never happen, right? But my business gets a ransomware attack, you mean to tell me that I have to wait till Monday morning at 9 a.m. when you get in the office to report this? That's like saying that I have Geico and I have the insurance that covers me for a car rental. But because Geico is closed on, and my accident happens Friday at 6 o'clock, but because Geico is closed on the weekends or it's a holiday, I have to wait till Monday morning to call them. So all this time, I'm not going to have a rental car. All this time, I can't put in the claim in to get the process started. No, that's ridiculous. You want to be sure that your agent gives you the 1-800 number, or you call your carrier and you find out, hey, if I have an issue, I need my cyber insurance to kick in, because they're going to be providing a lot of information, a lot of help that they're going to be giving you. And if you have to call your agent and wait till the next business day for you to report that claim, that's valuable time that's going to be lost. You're going to be frustrated. You're going to be lost. You may be hiring the wrong person to do the work that's not going to be covered by the insurance. So you definitely want to be sure that you know your process and you have a process in place, that if you got hacked, you're not calling your agent, especially if you don't know their cell phone number or something like that. That's even worse, because you're really going to be waiting. Another question to ask them is, does the policy cover you globally? And what that means is, let's just say you do business outside of the United States. Maybe you have a satellite office in Mexico, in Europe or Venezuela, Cuba, whatever the case is. So if you're doing business, you have either an employee that's outside the U.S. or you have partners. And for whatever reason, maybe you have an employee where their system is the one that got attacked, and then it infiltrated into your USA computers. Well, once you call your cyber insurance company for a claim, they're going to assign you a forensic team. And that forensic team is going to find out how this happened. And if they find out that you got attacked because there was a computer from another person that was outside the US and they had access to your system and denied, insurance companies find any reason to deny you. But, to their defense, this is like the same example where, let's just say you had someone driving your car for 6 months. And for 6 months, they've been driving your car and they get into an accident. And now when your insurance carrier is investigating, hey, this guy's not on your policy. We don't know nothing about him. You never told us he would be driving this car for 6 months. Why should we have to cover him? Because had you told us, we would have then raised your premium and charged you correctly. But because you didn't tell us, you were not in compliance, and we're going to deny you. And it's the same thing with cyber insurance. They're going to find any reason to deny you. So you have to tell them your business. Tell them about what you do. Where do you have employees? How do they access your system? And make sure you get in writing that they are aware of this and that they will cover you even with that case. Another question to ask them is, what kind of response time can you expect in the event of a data breach? And this is super important, because there is a statistic that says that there is 120 days. 120 days that it takes to know when there is a data breach. And a lot of times, insurance companies will not. Again, I'm not selling insurance. I'm just giving information about my experience. But a lot of times, insurance companies will deny you if you let them know about this after a certain amount of days. It's kind of like, again, you get in a car accident and now, you want to wait 6 months to tell them, oh yeah, I got in a car accident. They're going to be looking at you funny. Wait, you mean to tell me you've got into this car accident, you didn't know about it, and now all of a sudden you want to put in a claim? Yeah, right. So it's the same thing. And there's a statistic that says 120 days it takes for an average business to realize that they've been attacked. And as I mentioned before, these insurance companies will be sending forensic companies or forensic teams to your office to investigate. And if they see that this was virus or malware or a hacker was in your system for a certain amount of days, there is a possibility that because you never told them about this, even if you didn't know about it, because you never told them about it, they can deny you on that claim. Now, of course, that then goes into legal, and maybe, you may have a fair chance because you can say, well, I really didn't know. Like, our system was working perfectly. But do you want to go through all that issues, or would you rather just make it clear on that rule? So, again, I don't do insurance. One of the things that I've said since we've been going live for the last 27 days is that we want to just give you value. So now there's no sales pitch at the end. There's nothing that we're now trying to have you, call us, give our website. Don't even put my phone number out there to let you know how to reach us. The only thing that we do is we ask you to please like and share and subscribe. And if you do have a business, please go ahead and show this to your staff. All the videos that we do is information that you can use starting tomorrow, starting right now. So if you don't have cybersecurity insurance, definitely get with your carrier and talk to them about this. Talk to them about your business. Make sure they understand the risks that you have, the risk that if there was a data breach, who would be affected? What type of businesses? Are you regulated? And also, next week, we're actually I think next week or the week or after, we actually will be having an insurance person that speaks about cybersecurity, and they're going to be going into more details. So again, like and subscribe our page so that way you can be notified, and just please share this content so that more people can learn about what we're doing and just providing the information for cybersecurity. All right, take care.